Everybody, it's Invictus. Time to eat and run here, the Binding of Isaac Victor Repentance series. Happy Saturday, Mosh Pit. I hope your weekends are off to a great start. We are waiting for another video to cross 3,000 likes. A couple of them are very close from this past week. Thank you all very much for the support for getting us here thus far. And yeah, hopefully you just enjoy the nice weather, although it's kind of rainy today, so you know what? I'll take it because I love rainy days. Here's your amazing artwork of the day sent in by Sensei Stranger E. Title thread was Invicta, inspired by WoW, and yeah, WoW is absolutely going to be the word of the day for this one because this is one of the most incredible artwork I have ever seen, and I'm deeply humbled and grateful to have such an amazing piece of art just done just randomly. You know, Sensei Stranger, I did talk to them and I was like, I have to get this framed and sent it and like posted in the office. So I have contacted them, and they said they are going to attempt to get it to me from overseas. But seriously, you need to go check out the full resolution for this piece because it is absolutely mind-blowing how good that is. Thank you, Sensei, and everyone who upvoted that one. Just incredible. Like, that's all I can say. It's just incredible. It's amazing. Seed day is going to be 4 X-Ray Papa Juliet Bravo Victor 9-4. We've got Trinity Shield, good shot speed, good damage, terrible movement speed. And also, we're only on Soul Heart. How did that not hit that rock there? Anyway, but we do have only Soul Hearts for health, so we got to be careful with that. Obviously, Trinity Shield is not really the best defensive item that we can ever ask for, but it does occasionally help you against projectiles. You can't really sit in front of like people. I say people, but you can't really sit in front of enemies and just sit there and tank infinite numbers of shots. But it does do an adequate job at saving you if you are pointing the shield the right way. Just know that the shield's hitbox, or I should say deflection box, is kind of wonky, so just be on the lookout for that. Also starting with Jar of Flies, of course, which is going to give us an attack fly for every enemy that we kill up to 20. So Jar of Flies is really good. I think that it is better than Guppy's Head, just because you can unleash an absolute torrent of attack flies on a boss and just destroy them. Yeah, I'm okay with Little Steven. Little Steven's a bro. Yeah, this is not a horrible start. I would like to go in the curse room, but I'm not willing to do it on 2 HP. Secret room is not there, actually. Where is it? It could be between the shop. Maybe the shop and the store? I know one secret room is north of here. I know that. That's an absolute fact. But yeah, it's been a great week of runs. We started the week off with a struggle bus, and then kind of got a little bit more struggle bussy. But towards the end of the week, we've been just killing. Oh my goodness, what is this room? I don't mind if I do. If we can get an Ace of Hearts, that would be amazing in there. So if you're wondering why, normally the rule of thumb for Jar of Flies is you never ever want to let it cap, no matter what. But there are certain scenarios like the one we're in right now where I would say if we're about to go fight the first floor boss, yeah, just save your flies, just unleash on the bosses. And of course it's going to be famine, so we're not going to get anything of substance here. As you see there, I mean, Jar of Flies makes a quick work of famine, and that's going to be very heavily dependent on what our base damage is, which has been kind of the running theme for the last couple of days. You know, with Toxic Shock, with Sharp Straw, all that kind of good stuff. I think the secret room is between the shop and the item room. Okay, so we don't have to use a key to get that bomb inside of this locked here. This lock. I am going to do it anyway, though, just in case. I mean, getting into the secret room is pretty important. Yeah, it can only be north of the shop. That's literally the only spot that it could be. Yeah. No surprise there. We get our key back. Not really anything worth dinging. I mean, I do like the blue map, but it's not all that important. So we'll leave here with 3 cents, 1 bomb, and 2 keys. And yeah, not a terrible start, I would say. But again, getting an orbital on floor 1 is just, it's kind of like getting a sandwich that you didn't ask for. So going over to last week's question of the episode here, because it looks like it's going to take a little bit of time to get through this room here. I said, now that you've seen both combos, which one do you prefer, C-section plus almond milk or soy milk? As that was coming from the soy seed episode there where we immediately got, it was the one that we got soy milk and C-section a day after we ended up getting almond milk and C-section. So an overwhelming amount of people were talking about soy milk being the obvious choice, and I do agree with that. Although soy milk does have a little bit of a shot speed deficit in comparison to the craziness that is almond milk, I think it is better than soy milk is better than almond milk. Period. Point blank. The most upvoted comment came in from Christian LK5 and QV, who said, "I prefer soy milk. It has more direct flow of babies, and it doesn't clutter the screen as much as almond milk." Definitely agree with there. Lots of visual doo-doo for that, for sure. Second most upvoted comment came in from Muckmon, who said, "Soy milk," or sorry, no, this one, well, this is the third one. I started reading it already, but this is the third most upvoted comment. Came in from Muckmon, who said, "Soy milk for smoother and cleaner gameplay. If you want to go wacky crazy, then you can go for almond milk." And the amount of visual doo-doo that almond milk like adds to the screen is definitely a big point of contention for a lot of people, including myself. You know, you guys and gals are affected more so by the bit rate than I am, because I don't have to see like the degradation of the video quality from the bit rate and all these crazy tear effects and stuff. But you guys do. So, you know, yeah, it's a really big. It's a big bone to pick with almond milk. And then last but not least, the second most upvoted comment came from Ranks Rod, who said, "I prefer C-section plus almond milk. The damage stat isn't affected. It's just a times 0.3, while soy milk is 0.2. It's much crazier and fun." And yeah, I mean, it's nice to have the counterpoint there too. That is true. The damage down multiplier is not as heavy-handed as soy milk is, but it's still pretty. I mean, we're talking about 1/10 of a damage. Like, it's not, unless you're talking about insane levels of damage, it's not, in my opinion anyway, 1/10 of a point of damage of a damage multiplier is not going to make that much of an impact. Now these bone hearts are very important if we can end up holding on to them, since they technically kind of act as red heart upgrades for us. If we can at least fill them, that'd be great. Obviously we don't want to lose them here. Get a bomba. Again, I'm just kind of banking our jar of flies here just to help us out. Okay, so we do get one. We don't have to fill them for the double deal. I just wanted to make sure we don't lose them, because our movement speed is kind of doo-doo. Not kind of, it is doo-doo. There we go. But you see Jar of Flies absolutely yeeting Pink Widow. We are going to get a Tears upgrade in shot speed. Very excited about that. And then Death's Touch. Yeah. This Death's Touch was basically free, so, you know, we'll absolutely take that. We don't really have enough money for the store. We may be able to bomb our way into the Cursed Room, though. That's something that is worth using 2 bombs for, if and only if the Secret Room is there, which it is not, because it's being blocked by pots right here. So I'm going to look at this side now, even though we haven't seen that room below. There's a pretty obvious pattern there in the webs. Soul Bethany, I mean, it's kind of whatever. We can save it for the next floor. Obviously, we get a slight Tears down thanks to Death's Touch, but the piercing shots are definitely going to make up for it. And having the shot speed here, along with our 6.42 damage, is going to really, really supercharge the early fly damage here from Jar of Flies. Immediately we get a sack room here, which kind of makes me sad, because obviously I would have loved to have, you know, been able to play it with a double Holy Mantle we just had. But, I mean, getting Death's Touch it's kind of a sign. We needed to use it there. We haven't had Death's Touch in a while. Usually Death's Touch is an automatic pickup. I wouldn't necessarily say the Death's Touch does a great block by Trinity Shield. I wouldn't necessarily say that Death's Touch is a game winner. It certainly can't carry you on its own. It just doesn't provide that much damage. But it's a really, really, really strong item. It's no Sacred Heart, but it's good. It do be good dough. So I'm trying to save our wisps here if we can. The extra little firepower from the Soul Bethany is going to assist us greatly in these early goings here. And yeah, we're going to get the apple, which is going to be another very nice Tears upgrade, and also gives us the Razor Blade shots, which is dependent on our luck, which is actually positive right now. Yeah. And we get another Tears Up. Wow, that's 3 Tears Ups in a row if we don't count a Death's Touch. So very, very strong gains here on floor 3 and floor 2. Now we can just get some, if we get some movement speed, that's what we're looking for next. The perfect item right now out of a Devil Deal would definitely be Lord of the Pit. That would give us flying as well as movement speed, and that's exactly what we truly need. I mean, you always need flying just because it's so versatile and helps you with the mobility as well as your shot mitigation from moving and stuff. But like, it's so much better than walking around the later game levels. So there's not even a soul heart in here, so I'm a little bit peeved about that. We could take the converter, however, and convert. We could convert a couple of soul hearts, assuming that we got a full charge. We know the secret room is not there. I know the super secret room is here. So we can use the converter. If we're going to use the converter, we need to do it now before going into the boss room in case we do get that Devil Deal. And then we're going to need to get another charge on it for us to... I would be comfortable with 2 red hearts and 2 soul hearts. Whew, that was cutting it close. All right, we got there, though. The soul converter is going to turn 1 soul heart into a red heart container. And then we can use that to levy a deal with Stanley. Yep. Just not realize we had brown cap. I mean, brown cap's kind of whatever, but there's no reason not to have it, I guess. Gonna go back here and just use the jar of flies right now. And then we will get a full charge off of beating the boss. So we are theoretically going to have two red hearts and 2 soul hearts. Yeah, there you go. We just absolutely bum rush Rag Mega, and I will take perfection. No, absolutely not. We are done with Guppy's tail. We are done. Absolutely not. Okay, I'm going to walk into these spikes. So there's not enough red hearts on this floor, unfortunately, for us to play the sack room, even though I would love to. If there was a sack room on the last floor, we could have actually played it. Where the heck is the secret room? That's what I want to know. I guess it's above the curse room. Might be in the elbow. Not. We can go into the curse room with, now that we have 2 red hearts. You know, it's a soul heart for 6 cents. It's not a great trade, but it's not terrible. We should at least check the sack room because sometimes they can have hearts in here. There's a red heart, but it's not enough, unfortunately. Hey, how many hearts does Super Gluttony drop? Oh. Now, hang on a second. Hang on a second. We have 1 tap, 2 tap, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 taps. But we've already beaten... We would have to get 2 bombs, and we've already beaten this floor. So... And by that, I mean, like, we've already been to the Devil Deal. Yeah, I think it's a little bit too risky right now, especially with this movement speed. I'm gonna pass on this floor. Catacombs 2, we're definitely not making boss rush, mostly due to our movement speed, because like our killing power is quite good. Hoping the secret room is gonna be there. It was just a random guess, but oh, secret room's over here. That's why. But or maybe not. Wow. Okay. I'm hoping that we get a movement speed upgrade on this floor because obviously, again, Lord of the Pit would be absolutely incredible if we can make it happen. I don't want to use a bomb and a key for just one golden chest. It's pretty expensive. I'd rather use a bomb inside of, like, say, a curse room that has a stone chest, but even then, I'm still not going to go in there. It's the one that makes you smaller pill, by the way. Okay, 2 more hearts. It's so funny, like, the way that the meta has shifted this year for me. And with sack rooms, like, every time I see a red heart now, I'm like, ooh, how many taps can we get out of that? And I know some people cringe at like, when we talk about, oh, the meta game of Isaac. Dude, there's a meta. We've been talking about Devil Deal meta since Flash. Vasculitis is Vasket bad. We do have enough money to make this worthwhile. Yeah, that's a pretty big one right there. This would allow us to get, really needed a nickel there. This would allow us to get 2 boss items on every floor from here on out, which is really, really, really good. So I'm hoping there's a temperance machine inside the arcade, because that could also kill 2 birds with 1 stone. We need money, but we also need movement speed. If we can get... We're going to play the Demon Judgments in here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to leave and then walk back in so we can drop Hallowed Ground next to the Demon Judgment. And maybe get the damage shield to proc. Or not. Yes. Fine. You're standing in the aura of Hallowed Ground. There you go. You sometimes get a damage shield that will cause you to stop taking damage. And yeah, that's Isaac, baby. All right. All right. Good use of our time there. I have no clue where the secret room is, but I know the super secret room's here. Regular secret. You didn't take the blue map, nerd. Well, well, well. It's not the consequences of my own actions. Loser. It's got to be here. I give up. I give up. There's too many places that the secret room can be on this floor. And I've now lost interest. Probably to the right of there at this point, but who knows? Who knows? Who the hell knows? So we get options, which are going to give us 2 boss items after killing a boss on every floor from here on out. And that's great because we're about to fight Fallen. Try not to go too ham at the beginning with the flies. There we go. Wow, that is just dreadful. I'm gonna take Sanguine Bond, but we do not have the HP to play it right now. And yeah, I'm ignoring boss rush at this point. I'm gonna go back into the cursed room to see if we can get teleported to the Devil Deal. And what we can do is we can actually, there's so many hearts on the floor. I don't have a problem with fighting the boss trap room here, especially with Death's Touch. We just need to be cautious. We get the mark, which is going to give us movement speed and damage, and also 2 or 3 for Leviathan. If we can get out of this door in time, we can get out without ruining our new soul heart. There we go. Okay, so we're gonna have to take a pass on the boss trap room. Bother me, I can't find the secret room. I give up. I don't care anymore. All right. Curse of the Lost. So Sanguine Bond, if we get enough HP, you're going to have to make some big-time plays here because we're not in dire straits by any means. Don't get me wrong. We've got a great start here. But I'd like to get better. We need HP. That's really all we need. I'm going to take the High Priestess cards to help us out. The boss on this floor. The boss looking good while I floss. The only downside about Jar of Flies is that it is not a self-perpetuating system. Flies cannot make other flies. So, in other words, if you kill an enemy with an attack fly, it does not make another attack fly in Jar of Flies. That would make it an infinite loop system, in which, as much fun as that would be, we know that you can't really do that in Isaac. You gotta limit the amount of fun intake for people. You don't want them overstimulated or anything. Yeah, I've been enjoying the sort of rainy weather, and it's getting cool again, thankfully. It's the kind of weather that makes you just feel like going out for a walk. Obviously not the rainy weather. I'm not going to go out walking in the rainy weather unless I have to. I think the last time I was exposed to just a ton of rain was like when I played football. Rainy day practices were like the best because it's almost like you didn't have to worry about, hang on now. We held on to perfection for many floors, which I'm actually pretty impressed by considering our movement speed for majority of it. And even now, 1.10 movement speed is pretty doo-doo. But with M, now we got something cooking here. M, we got something in the pot, for sure. Get another soul heart right after dropping a 10 luck item, so go figure on that. All right, we got glass cannon. Definitely don't want to use this. I'll be happy to get this out of my inventory ASAP. If you didn't know, M is a trinket that's going to change your spacebar item every single time you use it until you drop M. So what's so nice about M is that it gives you this flexibility of being able to cherry pick which active item you want, whether it be Book of Shadows, whether it be an HP generator, whether it be a reroll, anything. And that's so strong when it comes to Isaac that... That's a big scythe. Okay, I just give up on Secret Rooms today. We get Betrayal, which is not phenomenal. Definitely need to find the store if we can. Ooh, boy. I can't pass up damage. I really wanted HP there, but we can't pass up damage. All right, so we're at 8.99. I'm gonna go pretty ham here. Wait, that won't stop us from taking Sanguine Bond will not. Yeah, okay. Not affected by the damage shield of Hallowed Ground. Nothing. And 1 damage up for 5 hearts. And we get 6 cents. All right. And we can use the shovel, I guess, but all right, not the greatest. I'm gonna say there's Sanguine Bond. It's not the room I wanted to see right now. We're gonna go backtrack and look for the shop. But yeah, M is definitely one of those items. I always go on an extended rant about M just because of how powerful it is to have. It shows you the power of choice, really, in Isaac. Even something like options, where options gives you just a second boss item. Even that is still good enough to really put you over the edge to the next level here. I'm going to use flush in here. And we get sharp key, which doesn't do anything for us. So I'm just going to use our only key, but okay, so we get deck of cards. I'm going to go ahead and use this full charge. And we get 2 hearts. And then we get Forget Me Now. Okay. Okay. Now, do we buy compost and use it once to roll? Let's see if we get something better than Forget Me Now. Only 10 cents. Ooh. Okay, hang on now. Hang on now. Now, this does give us flying and movement speed. And Conquest Pony is a very strong boss killer. The question is, do we stick with Flying Pony? I mean, once we use, since Forget Me Now is a single target, or it's a single use spacebar item, it's gone forever once we use it. Obviously, even with M. So there's no way for me to take. We going here? Yeah. There's no way for me to take Conquest Pony and Forget Me Now, which kind of sucks because that would have been cool. But I'm just doing a sweep really quick through the level just to make sure. I have no clue where the secret room is. I don't think this will start the boss mob trap room if we use the hermit card in there on the golden chests. Apparently does not convert golden chests. Fair enough. Okay, I think the play here is to use the Forget Me Now. As much as I would love to have Conquest Pony, it stops any more M rolling, and also I think that we're not strong enough, in my opinion, yet, to go to like Lamb or go to Beastie or something. Okay, here we are. Floor 5 again. Now there is a world where we could have used Forget Me Now. Could have used Forget Me Now and waited for an XL floor, maybe in the womb, but I think that's a little bit too greedy. We need to get something going here. We need HP. You know, Sanguine Bond kind of sunk us a little bit there. I was hoping that we were going to get a little bit more, just a little bit more value out of Sanguine Bonds. That's a pretty big disappointment there. A big dime to get. 10 cents added to our bank. Okay, the secret room is unequivocally, categorically here. If it's not, I give up forever. Dang, secret rooms drive me nuts, man. What on earth? Wow. I've never seen this room before. That's certainly a thing. Okay, so if we end up getting a sack room, you know, we'll have lots of hearts to play with. I also want to remind everyone about the Patreon, the Sinvicta Patreon. I talk about it at the end of every episode, and not everyone listens to the end of every episode, which, you know, I get. But the newest golden keychains, the limited edition golden signed signature keychains, have gone out to the winner. We pick one random person who hasn't won a keychain yet every month, and they get a limited edition gold signature keychain which is a gold variant of my logo keychain. And that is at the highest level of support, which is $25 a month. And the longer that you're there, the more every month you're there, that gets you another spot on like the wheel. Like I use the wheel of names, same thing I use for Wheel of Sissy. And then you we just roll and or spin the wheel, and then that person ends up getting shipped the golden one if you win. But if you get to that tier, though, you automatically get the regular keychain. Like that's like you basically buy it. And then the longer you stay supportive on that tier, then the higher the chance you get. So I got a message from this month's winner. They're very, very stoked about it. He lives overseas, so I'm happy. Like I just it's a way to try to garner like continued support at a very high level. Obviously, I mean that's not a small amount of money, but while also like giving back something special to people who go out of their way to support me. I just wanted to mention it. We've been getting a lot of new signups, and also of course at any level you get to join the Discord, like $1. It's the cheapest way to join the Mosh Pit Discord, and you also get your name read. So every and all Patreon supporter gets their name read throughout the month on YouTube. I just wanted to remind that because I haven't talked about the Patreon in a little bit. We need keys bad. Sty is really good though, man. I'm gonna go Sty for the damage. We're just gonna go full bore with damage here. We could go into, and it feels like such a waste to not have any use for those hearts in that room. I mean, there's a temperance machine here, but we would have to walk over spikes every single time. I guess we could have used the keys from Latchkey to open up those golden chests, but say lovey. By the way, be prepared for us not to see any more active items in this run, because that's just how the game works. Game knows about our... I don't remember what was in there, but I don't feel like messing with the spikes. The game knows about our plays with M, so obviously it knows that we're scheming, we're plotting. And obviously that means that it's not going to give us any more active items. And Curse the Blind. So I was just getting ready to say before we went to the commercial. So here's what's going to happen. We're going to Curse the Blind on Depths 2. Therefore, we can't see what we're going to be buying inside of the shop, or we're going to get a greed fight in the store, and then I'm not going to feel like we have enough HP or survivability due to our movement speed to go to the lamb. And looky here. Well. What a shocker. This is right after getting Humbling Bundle as well. Now the really fun thing is that if there's a greed fight in this shop, which there most likely is, we are not going to be able to even donate this money into our donation machine. There's a sacrifice room, which would have been nice on the last floor. Yeah, we get a soul heart. That's good. Kind of wish I would have held on to that 2 hearts now. Not that it would have made much of a difference, obviously, because we only have 2 hearts to heal to begin with, but it still would have been nice. This little snipe there. I'm still holding out hope that we get some kind of active item that is not dangerous, but one that like we can just use for M and keep rolling. Now, Curse the Blind, thankfully, mercifully, does not affect your spacebar items that you get from M. Imagine a world where Isaac actually did that, where if you had Curse of Blind, you can't see the active item that you're using. That'd be awful. But that would also be a very Isaac thing to do. Crybaby over here. Crybaby. Jacob's Ladder, okay. Yeah, despite being Curse of Blind, we need to get... We just need to take a little bit of risks here. Again, I'm not insinuating that we're in some kind of danger on this run, but it could get dangerous. And surprisingly, it is not a greed fight. We're just looking for an active item. It's diamonds. Okay, okay, hang on now. Hang on now. The luck penny upgrade here too as well. Looking for a lot of mobs to turn into money, or a lot of stuff on the ground to turn into money. Oh, another claw machine. I need to stop doing that. There's like nothing good anyway. We could, I guess, go play 3 Skull Monty. Or we just blow them up. I don't feel like playing them. Check out the curse room real quick. Wow. All right. Well, this is no good opportunity for us to use the Ace of Diamonds here. And this is the last floor that we need money on, so. And obviously, I don't want to turn the red hearts into coins necessarily, just because we may be playing the sack room. It's kind of a risk right now, though. Rubber cables is good, but now unfortunately we don't have any. We got no more means of getting a spacebar item. So, and there also, by the way, there is no donation machine. So, I'll take a stab at this one claw. Who knows? The Game Jacob's Ladder here definitely is going to help us out a lot with Death's Touch. Having that piercing shot, having those lightning bolts go out, and deal elemental damage to everything is so good. There we go, and we don't get a double deal, which is fine. Yeah, this movement speed is I'm really not feeling it. And another Curse of the Blind. the benzocaine starting to wear off. So I was contacted by I've been contacted by a lot of very, very kind people in the mosh pit. A surprising number of doctors have contacted me. If you've reached out and emailed me, I thank you wholeheartedly. Thank you for offering advice about what to do about the cough and everything. One of them is an actual ENT doctor, and he gave me some very good advice on what he thinks I should do, or at least if I was like his patient. And it goes in line. It coincides with what other doctors have said. I've had a neurosurgeon reach out to me. I've had a paramedic reach out to me, and just a general practitioner also reach out, and as well as an actual ENT doctor. And almost all of them have suggested for me to take a break from talking. Now, obviously, everyone knows my profession, and they're very aware of that. They're cognizant of what I do, obviously, because they come from YouTube. So, but the general consensus was you need to stop talking for long periods of time, because you got to repair. You don't want to damage your vocal cords, essentially. And then someone also emailed me who was not a doctor. At least I don't think they were. They suggested they ironically enough, they also suggested like I also just don't talk for like as long as possible. But they brought up this idea, and it's honestly something I'm kind of, thank you, Dry Baby. It's honestly something I'm kind of mulling over. What on earth is this room? It would be something different for sure. So what they suggested, 73% by the way. What they suggested was, they suggested that I take viewer submissions for Isaac videos and play them for like a week. That way I don't have to actually produce videos and talk. And at first my immediate reaction was absolutely not. Like that does not sound like a good idea. But without shooting the idea down immediately, I started thinking about it. I'm like, you know, that would be interesting to see how other people would, you know, what kind of videos people would submit. Obviously I would, if I were to go through with something like this, you know, all the videos would be screened and everything. Maybe not necessarily by me, but you know, one of my mods or a couple of my mods would go through all the videos just to make sure there's no silliness going on. And it's something I'm considering. If this many people, especially medical professionals, are telling me that I need to stop talking for like 3 or 4 or even up to a week of just not saying anything, like no just unless absolutely necessary, and that could potentially let my voice and my vocal cords heal, I'm gonna heed the warnings of I don't know more than a doctor, and I'm not gonna sit here and argue with a doctor, especially multiple doctors from different fields. That's the first time we've actually been hit by enemy damage in quite a while in this run. So, I'd like to know your input on that. I'm not going to sit here and guarantee that that's what's going to happen. It may make for a fun live stream, but I would be interested in seeing what type of content that would create. Would people be trying to do Sinvicta impersonations? I mean, I that's not what I want. I want people doing their own, playing the way that they're accustomed to playing. You don't have to win. You don't have to lose. It'd be very interesting to see what the reaction to something like that would be. And of course, I would encourage anyone who's seriously considering just recording I mean, obviously it needs to be high quality. Your mic quality needs to be good, and you know, your video quality also. You have to know how to do this. You know, so obviously the first tier of submitters would be people who already have YouTube content or stream Isaac. The second, and obviously another requirement, is you have to speak English. I know that may seem a little, not strange, but a little restrictive. But my channel, I live in America. We speak English. That just has to be a requirement. But yeah, it doesn't matter your level of play. I'd be curious to see what the reaction would be to that. First Lost. By the way, I was right on the money about 2 of those 3 things I was predicted about this run. We would never see another active item ever again. And again, just if you thought that crazy old Sinvicta is making conspiracies about nothing, about the game listening to you, I don't know, man. I've shown very, very often that this game has a weirdly accurate way to give you the middle finger when you've got a plan and you sort of vocalize it. I'm not the only one who has noticed this. Just saying. I know it sounds crazy, but you got to look at the facts here. If I can accurately predict this happening every single time it happens, that's a pattern, and it carries weight. But yeah, I would prefer people who speak English, and it doesn't matter your level of Isaac. Someone who already has YouTube content or someone who's used to recording content would be great. And of course, if we end up going with this, then you know all your credits and stuff will be in the information box. proper credit given through social media, that sort of stuff. Yeah, just I think that might be the question of the day today, actually. Question of the episode would be, what is your take on giving Sinvicta a couple days rest to see what would happen? I mean, at this point, I'm willing to do anything to get rid of this stupid cough. It's been pretty much under wraps for this episode up until until we got here, where I let one cough loose. But I'm not gonna, even if they're not my doctors, I'm not gonna ignore what multiple doctors say. It's the common suggestion, and who am I to not listen to doctors? 4 doctors and a head nurse all told me the same thing. You just need to stop talking, and they are all aware of what I do for work. So it's an elegant and neat situation, an opportunity for people to consider, to seriously consider. This is not a bit. I'm not joking. Like, again, my initial reaction was absolutely not. That sounds like a horrible idea. But obviously I have to have content, and I've gone since July 2nd, 2014. I made a video every single day, and that's not going to end anytime soon. Not while I'm still ticking. But I also, of course, I recognize it's a very unique and interesting way to solve a problem, while also keeping interesting content available while I'm taking my slight break. And if it ends up working out, then maybe I can actually one day take a vacation of sorts. My first vacation in, 13 years? I think the only vacation I've ever taken starting this was a wedding I had to go to. Family wedding. And that was in 2014, so right at the beginning of my journey through Isaac. Wow, that teleport. All right, game. We're on the chest. We ended up getting a pretty... Oh my gosh, we actually got a spacebar item right when it didn't matter most. The soul converter, which we don't need to use. We can go back and use these stitches over there. Our damage ended up turning out pretty well on this run. It was mostly thanks to Jacob's Ladder, obviously. The Death's Touch pickup was definitely huge. Hang on a second. And yes, you can get Death Certificate from M. Someone was saying that if you take an item out of the chest that appears in here, it will not take you out of Death Certificate. I'm going to try this for science. They were right. Now we know. Now I know I don't need to avoid any chests in here. Good to know. Says yeah. Say, look at that. I know people expect me to go Archie there, but how hypocritical would it be if me talking for the last 10 minutes almost about I gotta do this, I gotta listen to doctors, and immediately doing like an hour and a half long run. Yeah, that'll be this week's question, or this episode's question of the episode. What is your idea about a week of Mosh Pit submitted content? Again, it will be filtered, so no expletives, no talking about subjects that I wouldn't normally talk about, etc., etc. So you're not gonna be able to get away with any funny business. Not that I think people would do that, but you just, internet, you never know. And post them in the comments down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on it, because it is something that I'm now starting to kind of vibe with. Because obviously I need to heal if something is wrong. Oh, there's another one. We're about at the limit of the benzocaine spray here. Bomba. All right, that was the north and west side of the chest here. Yes, I do love that we were talking about soy milk in the meme of the day, and then look, lo and behold, who shows up in death certificates room, no less. My God. But yeah, the death certificate showing up after using M is that's just one of those things that, like, again, is just top notch. And no, I'm not going to use Damocles. That would be the best way to go out. We almost made it through an entire episode. I'm pretty sure Damocles doesn't turn into anything, even if you do use it. I think I tried that once. Oh, baby. Give me that quince. You get conjoined here, but with soy milk, that doesn't really matter. All right. We're still looking for the boss room here. Whenever we can find it. Obviously, we have shielded tears, which is very, very nice with soy milk. Black hole again. All right, good. There's the northeast side of the map. There's the boss. All right. So thank you for watching, everyone. It was a solid run that, obviously getting death certificate is nice, but it had literally no effect. It had the sissy effect on this. Oh, look, a D4. That's neat. Pretty neat. So, yeah, one final time. Question of the episode. What is your thought on a week of Mosh Pit-related content? Post them in the comments down below. I'd love to know your thoughts on that. And, of course, thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing. Have a great weekend, everybody. And, as always, I'll see you all next time. Until then, so long, everybody. Thanks for watching this video. Thanks to patrons of mine like Andrew, RageGod91, and Langbort. If you'd like to have your name read at the end of Isaac episode, check out my Patreon campaign, which you can find over at patreon.com/Sinvicta.